testicular cancer there, doesn't it? Well, hey, Doc, what do I do with my third ball?
How we go from eating steak to testicular cancer?
Race car spelled backwards is still race car. This is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. Jamie, what's going on, my friend?
Man, I'm just proud to be an American this week.
Are you amazingly amazing again?
I'm amazingly amazing, happy to be an American.
Happy to be American.
I'm watching what's going on in the world, and
It makes you happy to be an American?
yeah,
Makes me mad.
you're reading too much into it. You know they're all out to get you.
Yeah, they are.
Just forget that.
They're all lying to you, too.
They're all lying to us.
Ain't none of it true.
None.
Absolutely none of it.
I'm happy in my ignorance.
That's the problem, though. I'm not ignorant. It's like, once you've seen it, how do you unsee it?
You got to stop watching the news, dude, because it's all bad.
I mean, but how do you not? You can't unsee what you've already seen. Like, once you see the corruption, once you see they're lying to you, once you know they're screwing you to make themselves feel better, once you know that, how do you stop knowing that?
I see there's two sides of government, two parties, as we know. I see both of them screwing me.
The wrong side and the other wrong side.
Yeah.
I don't like either side.
I mean, basically,
we've said that numerous times.
Our vote is which one is wronger.
Yeah.
We don't vote for the wrongest.
Well, so the last election, how many times did you hear somebody say, actually the last couple elections,
they voted for Joe because there was a no for Trump.
Yeah, that or the lesser of two evils.
But
I heard that a lot.
So separated, there's 7% of the independent voters. Their swing vote actually determines who the next president is.
Yeah, but don't they vote for the Libertarian?
No, they swing between the Democrats and the Republicans. So the decision is made by 7% of America.
Well, that makes a whole lot of sense.
The problem is,
how do you fix that?
You got one party so ingrained that if 7% is voting one way, and I think there's more Democrats than Republicans registered in America. So let's give 5% of the 7 to the Democrats. They lean Democrat, right?
All right. That's not half, though.
No, but now we're talking like 52% Democrats and 48%. No, my math sucks. Yeah, 52% Democrats, 48% Republicans.
Not as bad as you thought.
That's what gives all the power to the swing voters. To be honest with you, what we need is a third party. And we need states to allow that third party candidate to get on every ballot. That's the only way to stop what's going on now.
Yeah, but so shouldn't the federal government worry more about outside of the country?
The federal government.
The states have all the control. We learned that during COVID. And governors make all the decisions.
That's because it's hard for the president, regardless of party, to control the states.
Exactly.
I mean, they do it with the purse strings, like the federal grants. Oh, we're not going to give you this for your roads. The roads are already torn to shit.
That's fake money anyway.
Yeah, because they've already stolen the money that they've collected from us to fix the roads. That's one of the reasons we have a gas tax. To fix the roads. Where's that money going if the roads are crap? And then the federal government gives you road money and the roads are still crap.
It goes to their pockets.
Right.
They're making millions in office and we're losing.
We no longer have a politician that's in it for America. They're in it for themselves.
1776. We're the champs.
Really? Aren't we gonna? We need to go to like 1782 or 1. That's when we won the war against England.
We'll just go off what Stenhouse said when he won the race at Daytona that year.
What do you say? 1776?
Yeah.
Undefeated?
1776. America. We're the champs. You don't remember that?
I remember it. I've seen T-shirts that say 1776.
You don't? Okay, I'll let you look.
I'm looking up the Yorktown battle.
I'll let you look this one up.
Let me look it up.
I hate when you look stuff up.
So they surrendered September 28, 1781, the British. That is our year. 1776, we declared something.
July 4th.
Actually, that was
1776. What did we do?
Actually, we approved. We had already signed it a few days earlier.
Secretly.
Yeah. So, but if you think about it, that's all a sham.
Why?
Okay, so England controls most of America, right?
Correct.
A piece of paper did not make them surrender and go back home.
No.
We had to earn it. That was basically it was a declaration.
It was a declaration.
Like, we hate you.
Yeah.
King George, we hate you.
And we declare ourselves free. That's what it was. I think it had more to do with like getting the troops worked up. Like,
I'm getting worked up right now.
Like getting them.
Think about it. Why did we separate from them?
So we could go up their butts.
All the weird taxes.
Oh, yeah. That's why
sugar tax, stamp tax, tea tax.
Yeah, we separated from them to get rid of all those taxes. And
now
look at your paycheck.
Just put a gallon of gas in your car.
Yeah.
Half of that is taxes, federal and state.
That's what I mean. So now we need to do it again.
Then we do income tax.
We need a Boston Tea Party again.
State and federal income tax. Sales tax. Now the county's involved. I'm paying almost 10% sales tax in my little teeny village where there's hardly any people.
And the roads still suck.
And the roads still suck.
But y'all have a lot of cops. They're there to keep you safe.
Yeah, they've recently been pulling me over all the time for BS.
So this is why we need to create a show called Crime and Politics.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
We like to talk about politics so much.
They're all corrupt. Let's get the ones that have actually been convicted of a crime.
Whether they're new.
And make fun of them.
Whether they're a sitting politician or a former politician.
If you've been convicted, we're going to laugh at you.
I think we should do it.
We're going to talk about you and laugh at you and your stupidity.
If you think that would be a good idea, let us know.
I think so.
We also have another show you might want to check out called The Conspiracy Juice Bar. It's available on Race Car Backwards Media's YouTube channel. You might want to check that out. We recorded two episodes now. One of them's out. It was over. What was that one over?
We had the Roswell incident.
Yeah.
And then the old ancient Bell Witch.
Yeah, so be watching. That'll be coming out in the next couple of days. It'll be our Bell Witch episode, but like I said, those can be found on our YouTube channel. And
you can actually see us there and go, wow, their voices don't match their bodies.
Jamie's much uglier than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting feedback on. Oh my God.
Who's this old man?
Who's that ugly dude?
Who's this old guy hanging out with
wearing glasses that can't see?
I had glasses on last week.
Why does he always wear a button-down collar? What's wrong with that guy?
I don't think you had a collar on last week, did you?
I think I did.
I don't even remember. We got some new mics too, so.
Well,
be excited to upload this.
I'm coming here after work, and this is my work clothes, and we're doing it at your house, which allows you to change into a T-shirt.
Exactly.
It's a nice Porsche T-shirt you got there.
A Pelican.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd sport it today. So, Danica in the booth.
Oh, jeez.
Let's just talk about it, man, because I don't get it. Fox brought her on last year. She had no idea what she was talking about. She kept referring to IndyCar, F1, NASCAR. I think she got them all confused. I do think she's improved. Last year, I gave her a 1.
You know what? By the last third of the race,
this year I give her a 2.
I think she 2/3 of the 2 stages. I think she didn't even know where she was at.
Well, she kept repeating Mike and Clint.
I think that's all she could do. But by the last third of the race, the final stage, she was, I don't know. Do I want to say average?
No.
Almost average?
Almost as good as Clint?
Well.
Which ain't saying a whole lot. She made a comment during the last 5 laps of the race. She said, she goes, it's going to be interesting to see what Christopher Bell can do on this run. What run? The race is almost, this is right before Armadillo hit the wall. So.
Fake caution?
Yeah. It was right before that happened. So, I mean, what's he going to do? You know, curious to see what he does on this run's a full run. That's from pit to need to pit again. That's a full run. The race is on. I just think it was her wording. Look, I don't like Danica. I don't think she should be in the booth. I just don't.
You know how
I will say this. She did good for NASCAR. She was the first woman to come into the sport and actually attract women viewers
and sponsorship.
and
It
sponsorship.
took money to get her a ride,
Yeah, GoDaddy spent a ton of money.
but there was some pushback when she started doing her bathing suit pictures.
I thought that was before she came to NASCAR.
How is she still doing them now?
Well, I don't pay
Where
attention.
women were like, "This isn't why I
What?
support Danica." Now she's selling sex.
That year at the award banquets where the guy was making fun of her and she just had that look, that sour look on her face, like she was just pissed off because he was making fun of her. It was after she has no personality. And it was at that point that I was like, I don't like her. If you're not good on the track, you better be interested. Like Corey LaJoie, he doesn't win.
Oh, I got it later on. I want to talk about Corey, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not winning every week. So, but he has a great personality. I mean, he has a fan following.
Well, shoot, I'm just going to bring it up right now. I've made notes here. Corey LaJoie. The last 3 races, I think he's performing past the ability of his car. I think he's improving his car.
I do too.
By 3 to 4, maybe even 6 spots.
That's why I think he should be in the number 4 next year.
Look, he finished 20th.
Yeah.
What was he? 11th for the Daytona 500?
Something. I mean, it wasn't. I don't remember. I have no clue. No idea.
I don't think his cars are that good.
I don't either.
So he's found a way to squeeze some extra moves.
I was impressed that Ty Dillon's name never came up on the broadcast yesterday.
But
thank God.
there were
Ty
a couple
Dillon.
times he got lapped. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And that's what I mean. He didn't do anything.
Well,
He outrun Cody Ware. That's it. To me, that's wasting money.
well, look at this. I mean, we can gauge this. We're looking at a list of how people finished in Vegas. Look at Kyle Busch, finished 14th, right?
Yep.
Austin Dillon finished 27th, right?
That's because Austin Dillon doesn't
Same
have the talent.
equipment.
He doesn't have the talent. Kyle Busch is out driving the
Well,
equipment.
what we can say is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Kyle Busch is worth 14 positions, 13.
That's a fact.
Skill level, same car.
Yeah, it's all talent. Austin's not talented.
So maybe Austin should run the company and bring Corey LaJoie in to drive his car.
Okay, I'm good with that. Corey in the 3.
Why not?
I mean, he's a legacy driver.
His dad makes seats.
His dad was a driver.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not put him in a 3? I think he could probably get the sponsorship. And
Improve it by 5 or 6 positions.
Richard could afford it.
So what does that mean? If he can improve it 5, 6 positions, that means Austin wins 1 race a year. Now, does that mean Corey can win 2 in that car? I mean, I'm not saying Corey is a great driver. I'm saying he's better than the car he's driving.
No doubt.
I think with a good car, he can win 2 or 3 races a year.
But I think
In his prime. Give him 5 years.
I don't see Corey going to RCR because I think RCR has 2 young drivers in the Xfinity series who are pretty dang good.
What about the 21 car then? Wood Brothers.
Corey?
Yeah.
I would rather see him go to the number 4.
Well, I mean, that opens up after this year.
I mean, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't see Anheuser-Busch staying.
Hunt Brothers will. They saw a lot of pizza off Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, but what would they stay with Corey, or would they?
I think they would.
So
I think they would stay with the 4.
I don't know if it's been announced or not, but I've seen speculation online that says Anheuser-Busch is either going to Trackhouse or RCR.
Why? I understand why. Beer is not selling anymore. You need to get younger kids hooked on beer.
As bad as that sounds, yeah.
It sounds horrible. But, just like cigarettes are
So where do you go?
a growth industry.
Do you go to Kyle? Or do you go to...
Well, Kyle's kind of turned into he's not even a butthole in his interviews anymore.
See, I don't think...
Was that all Gibbs? Or has he... Well, no, he was an asshole before he came to Gibbs.
Kyle?
Yeah, at Hendricks.
Oh, yeah, he was a brat.
So he's just basically mellowed,
He was arrogant then.
He was arrogant last year.
Not only he was arrogant, he was just just mad. He was just a dick.
He was never
all
happy.
season.
He would sit next to Joe Gibbs and they'd interview him and
Frown.
looked like he wanted to punch Joe Gibbs in the face.
That's what I mean.
And
like,
Joe Gibbs was like,
always, yeah.
Joe Gibbs like, Jill, like,
Jill.
Someone pooped in my diaper.
Jill.
I don't know if that's his wife's name.
I don't think it is Jill.
But I think Joe Biden's wife probably helps Joe out too. I think Joe Biden's wife is a really nice lady.
Do you?
I do.
I don't.
You don't think she would help Joe Gibbs?
I don't think she's
pooped
nice
in his
at all.
diaper?
If you were nice, you wouldn't let your husband walk out on stage with dementia looking like an idiot at least once a day.
I don't.
He makes up words every day. Ma, have you seen my kids? They rode bikes for 13 years, and then they fought in 3 wars. And then we went to Goobity Gobbledygoosh on vacation, and I went fishing and had 3 hot dogs, and the lights went out twice.
I'm a veteran of the war in Arkansas.
Except to think of the South.
I don't like that place.
No, I don't think.
You notice the best thing that ever came out of Arkansas?
There's a song.
Mark Martin.
There's a song.
And he left.
There's a song called Arkansas by Chris Stapleton. It's pretty good.
And he left too and moved to Nashville.
You think Kyle would be a better fit, or Ross Chastain for Budweiser, or Daniel Sorass?
I would go with either one of those 2 track houses guys.
So what do you just?
I mean, I want to go to the Tootsie Bar because, or is it Tootsie's? Tootsie or Tootsie's?
You said the same thing.
No, Tootsie or Tootsie's.
Tootsie's, like Tootsie's rolls.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, not Tootsie's. Like
I never knew it existed till they painted it on the car.
It's purple. You ever been to
Isn't
Nashville?
that Kid Rock?
You ever been to Nashville?
Yeah, I've been in Nashville.
It's nasty.
It's like L.A. of the East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? Nash Vegas.
There's probably homeless guys strumming guitars on every corner now.
There's puke everywhere.
It's been a while since
there's
I've been. There's a lot of bars, so.
Yeah. We went down, so we wanted to go to the Johnny Cash Museum, so we figured we'd go early before the crowd. Nah. The sun had just started hitting and they hadn't washed the streets yet. It stank.
It's kind of like New Orleans, but not as humid.
Never been to New Orleans, but
same way.
I have no desire to go.
Puke everywhere.
Yeah, that just doesn't sound interesting to me.
Also, New Orleans freaks me out because
after what we saw in L.A. with the homeless dude in the Pringles can, I'm not going to risk it and go to New Orleans.
Do you think there's people hiding things in their crevices in New Orleans?
Maybe. I would think. I mean, there's homeless there.
You know,
They just don't sound like a great state to go to. All right, so don't forget, sometimes crap, it does happen. And sometimes you need a plumber to fix it. In that case, we would call Danica Plumbing, the official plumber of the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. The guys you call when crap happens.
So there was this business that I was involved in. Didn't really earn any money because I would be beaten if I was. I got fed. Let's call it that. But it was kind of retailish. I can't say how many women, because I've lost count, pulled money out of their boobs to pay their bills.
You know, you see that.
Thousands of them.
You see that at the beach all the time, too. It's like.
Well, that makes sense because you can't keep your money anywhere.
Girl, like, you see some of the larger people come up with, you know, one piece.
Well, they could have $1 million there, right?
Pull out a cell phone, candy bar, a wallet,
red pretzel can.
I got a whole person here. Yeah, I mean, you see it all. So yeah, I think I mean there's homeless people in New Orleans, so why wouldn't they have things in crevices like they do in LA? It's not like the LA homeless have a hold on that.
I think they're more violent in LA.
You see how cold it is in LA still? They're still getting hit.
They got snow, man.
Snow, ice.
You see those mountains we drove through? When we went up to Barstow, that San Bernardino Mountains where people like wrote "help us" on the snow.
Yeah,
we drove past that.
I know. It's a good thing we got out.
Yeah,
we'd be stuck there now. That's the last place you want to be stuck.
And they got more snow coming.
That's insane. It must be all these trains derailing are putting chemicals into the atmosphere and altering the weather cycle.
It's the third derailment in a year in Ohio.
Yeah, and you know what comes out of Ohio? Produce.
And cars. There's the GM assembly.
I don't think the derailments I think the derailments are part of a bigger conspiracy to kill all the crops. And then we have to import the crops from another country.
But don't forget, some of those chemicals make PVC.
Okay.
So don't have a plumbing problem this year? Since Ohio is one big dried PVC pipe?
Yeah, but it's safe. It's safe to breathe.
According to the government.
It's safe to breathe.
Yeah, I trust the government.
Yeah, it's definitely just take it.
The government's like a demon called up from hell. It's protecting itself. That's all it's doing is protecting itself.
Do not eat. I mean, if you buy that stuff at the store, it probably says, do not ingest, call poison control immediately. And the government's going, oh, that's safe. We burned it all into the atmosphere. It's gone now.
Yeah, it only causes cancer in California.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
The wind's blowing the other direction. Nobody in California with this.
What doesn't cause cancer in California?
They have signs at Disneyland that says
Disneyland causes cancer in California?
The sprinkler water can cause cancer in California. I remember we were walking around. My son's like, I can't wait to get out of California.
I'm going to get cancer.
Cancer here.
We can't stay here another week, Dad.
Everything causes
We're going to be homeless because we can't afford it, and we're going to catch cancer.
Yeah. I don't remember it. I guess it was pretty expensive. We went back in 2017 to Minecon. There's like
Did you say Mein Kampf? Hitler's book?
Minecon.
Oh, I thought maybe you went to the
Minecraft.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a Minecraft like Comic-Con.
My kids used to be all into Minecraft.
It was probably one of the coolest things I've ever been to be honest with you.
My kids went to Minecraft summer camp.
Really?
Oh yeah, they went to a computer lab and did design Minecraft stuff.
This was like legit. They had breakout workshops.
This was legit. This was computer programmers.
They had all
the counselors.
They had all the big YouTube Minecraft stars were there doing speaking engagements. They had a band played. It was cool, man. It was really neat. And they had a lot of life-size Minecraft stuff. So I nerded out the whole thing, man.
Isn't that called cosplay now?
Yeah,
did you get into
cross-dressing, and then we're going to. That's a whole other.
No, I think you don't have to be gender. I think cosplay's gender neutral.
So is Minecraft.
I'm not sure what that means.
Gender neutral.
I'm not even sure what cosplay means.
I don't know. Is it? It's not sexual.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't go down that rabbit hole.
We don't know.
We don't even know what we're talking about. We're not even.
What's
we can't
new?
Even guess.
What's new? Like we don't know what we're talking about. How many times have we had conversations on this show not knowing what we're talking about?
Most of the time.
We're the George Santos of podcasts. We never let the facts get in the way of a good story.
And we're from the Biden-Trump generation.
Oh, where it's okay to lie.
Yeah.
That's what our leaders taught us.
I mean, if someone catches us, we just go, so?
But is it a lie?
If I believe it?
If you don't know you're lying?
Well, it's not a lie. If you tell me a lie and I believe it, I'm not the liar.
If I tell you what if my lie identifies as the truth? What if my truth is your lie?
I think our last two presidents believe that.
What if my truth is your lie?
Then we got a conflict?
But how do you have a wrong if everybody's truth is right? So if your truth and my truth contradict each other, one of us has to be wrong, one of us has to be... When I was a kid, right,
you have to live a life of isolation. Then you're always right. Yeah. It's just you.
But if it's in today's society where it's your truth, how can it be your truth and my truth and they be something different?
Well, I think there's a big difference.
If my truth says the sun is purple and yours says it's not, who's wrong and who's right?
So there's three truths I see in politics. Three. And they're all true.
Left lie, right lie, and the truth is in the middle.
Trump is a liar, and he knows he's lying.
Yes.
He just gets kicks out of the gullible people
who believe
it.
Okay, I get that.
Biden doesn't know the truth.
Well, he's got dementia. He don't know anything.
He doesn't even know he's lying.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So is it a lie if you don't know you're lying?
Santos tells the lie and flat out believes it like a faith.
Oh, yeah.
He believes his own lie.
If you believe it long enough, it becomes real.
I think it's become real for Santos. He really was a Green Beret Navy SEAL parachutist from the Air Force.
And his mom fought in World War One, was killed in the Holocaust.
And 3.
And
she travels in time. She's already fought World War III and came back and told George about it.
Probably.
Uh-huh.
And his daughter was Pocahontas.
But he's gay now.
Is he still?
I think they found out.
I thought he flip-flops.
He divorced his wife to become gay, but we're not sure if he just...
But the divorce never went through.
He identified as gay or he is gay.
Or does he identify as divorced and he's still married?
Do we even know that he's been divorced? Is that also a lie?
Maybe she's a lie. What about Fetterman signing bills while in the mental hospital?
I think he's
He co-sponsored a bill while in the mental hospital.
Well, I think he is kind of in the he's not old yet. Mentally, he's Biden old.
Yeah, mentally.
Except his wife
couldn't pass
hold it.
He can't even read.
Here's proof that Jill's a nice person. I love Jill. But not love. I just love watching her.
Oh, you love watching her, but not you're
taking care of her husband.
You don't love her like Camilla's husband loves her,
or like George's husband.
Kiss they had,
or George's husband,
okay,
or his wife. I don't know,
or his mom.
But Jill takes care of Joe pooping his pants.
But she still lets him like an idiot.
But she's a dumb, lovable idiot.
Okay,
because Fetterman. Or Funderhead man.
Fetterman.
His wife took him to the psycho hospital and then went to vacation. That's a burden. He's a burden. Awesome. He's a bigger burden than Joe is on Jill.
No, that's a fact. Well, thankfully,
we're a NASCAR
podcast.
Can we even say we're NASCAR? We're not endorsed by NASCAR.
We're definitely not endorsed by NASCAR.
Actually, we cover racing. I'd like, before we talk about which I thought was a pretty boring race in, not even Arizona, Nevada.
I watched my first IndyCar race start to finish.
That's what I was going to, well, that was a great race.
Yeah.
That was insane.
I've watched the Indy 500 start to finish.
I've done that too, but.
I watched Nashville start to finish, but never have I watched a race.
St. Petersburg was kind of like... Yeah. Australian Super V8s. It was so crazy.
There was more action in Indy.
What the hell? Those cars were flying, dude. Like literally
launching each other. And then they're still okay.
In the air. That dude landed it.
And he finished the race.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the heck?
No, I mean, I've got notes on it. I had to.
Then we had that crash into the tires that had the guy spinning, and the guy flew up in the air.
That was lap 1.
I know. The first lap.
Yeah, it was.
And then throughout, they would misjudge a corner and crash into the tires.
What scares me when those cars wreck is they disintegrate. It's
a good thing they got the halo. That's all I'm saying. With all that.
Oh, yeah. They'd have been.
Luckily, half the track was on an airport, and air traffic control got involved.
And that apparently makes it slick. Going over the paint strips. They were talking about getting so. I mean, dude, those cars were all over the place.
Did you see sometimes they would gas it and the rear end would come out?
So here's the other part. Their broadcast team, phenomenal. The excitement they bring, like they make cars going left and right sound exciting when nothing's going on.
Well, I
walked out of the room to grab something to drink, and I heard them screaming. I come running back in the bedroom like, what's going on? Nothing. It's just how they announce. They enjoy it.
Tell you the name of the 2 drivers because I'm going to watch it more. Sorry, NASCAR, because this was interesting as hell. Towards the end of the race, they're like, the 2 leaders. One's coming off pit road. The other is trying to beat them into the entryway. They crashed.
Yeah, on lap 72, Scott McLaughlin and Roman Grosjean. I guess that's how you say it. I'm learning.
Grosjean.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Grosjean.
So they're the 2 that got together.
They were leading.
And went into the tire barrier.
It was awesome. They were
you knew one of them was going to wreck because they had been.
Oh, I thought one of them would let up.
I did too.
And then I'm like,
because that was like turn 4.
Yeah, they're not going to let up. Oh my goodness.
That was crazy. It makes me want to go to an Indy race.
Yeah, it does.
We got to go.
I thought the coverage was way better than Fox, as you just said.
Yeah, the camera coverage was good, but the announcing team, like the excitement they bring, You just don't hear that. You don't hear Father Time doing that.
Actually, the guys calling F1, I watched that early in the morning.
They get excited?
They got excited, but I was like, they're watching a different race. Because it was live at like 6 a.m., I think, the Bahrain Grand Prix or whatever.
Yeah. I watched the highlights.
I'm watching it. I'm like,
Vasectomy won, didn't he?
they should take that crew and bring them to NASCAR. Because I was like, whoa, whoa! And then they keep going. Van Sterpen's 15 seconds in the lead.
Van Sterpen, not vasectomy.
Whatever. Vasectomy.
Sterpen.
You think it's? I think it is vasectomy.
Vasectomy. Van Sterpenheimer.
How does a car 2 years in a row?
Because they are cheating.
Right.
It's
supposed to be even. They have the same budgets.
What I didn't like about Indy is after that wreck between the two leaders, one of them was like, I hope Indy makes a rule that this doesn't happen again.
No, I want to see it every week.
I do too. Like, that was fun. Let's do this again.
They were like in cars that can do 250 miles an hour.
So next they're going to Texas. Next.
COTA, though. Right? They're not going to Texas Motor Speedway, are they?
I don't know. It looked like Texas Motor Speedway. I'm not sure.
I might watch it just for...
I'm going to watch it because it was... If the announcing's that... I think that announcing staff could have made Vegas more interesting.
Well, maybe NBC will get NASCAR, and we'll get to hear those guys.
Well, they have NASCAR now. Dale Jr.'s on there.
I know, but... ESPN's got... Who's got...
So
what did I watch it on? I don't even know what I watch Indy on. It was NBC.
Yeah, Peacock and NBC. Uh-huh. They have a full post-race show over on Peacock. With 2 laps to go, the guy leading, that Ward dude, he was leading, and his engine, like, it says he had a momentary engine problem with a fire in the plenum.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that caused his motor to kick. Yeah, but he lost the race because of it. That's where Ericsson passed him with 2 laps to go and won the race because of that. And then he ended up finishing second.
Amazing.
Where's the fire? Where's the plenum at?
The plenum is where the air gets sucked into the engine.
Okay, so there was a fire in there, and that's what causes the motor to, I guess, just skip.
You saw him on fire, though, didn't you?
I wasn't paying attention to it. They were screaming. I was looking everywhere. I mean, I had to rewind sometimes because I was missing action because they got screaming.
Well, he kept driving, and then it blew out.
Oh, no, he's going down, and here he comes, Ericsson on the outside. It's crazy, man. I loved it. I mean, I absolutely loved it. I was pumped up the whole race. It had me had me ready, ready for a good race in Vegas.
Vegas was so disappointing. I thought it was good last year with the new car. Is it a new car on year 2? I don't think so. Is it?
I mean, I guess we're still going to call it the new car for a while. Just because.
But Gen 6 was the new car for what? 13 years? Since the COT?
Well, see, we had the COT.
With the Wingos in the back?
Then they took so next weekend we got that new package with a 2-inch spoiler. I wonder how
I think they should have run that at Vegas.
I do too. I think you take the spoiler off altogether and just see what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, before
that's racing, right?
Yeah.
If they're the best guys in the world. So Friday night, Kyle Busch goes out in his new Chevy KBM truck and puts on a clinic, winning the truck race Friday night. Kyle Busch wins in a Chevrolet truck before Toyota gets their first Toyota truck win of the season.
So he's done how many races now? 4, if we count Truck and Xfinity. 5. He did Xfinity too.
And you got the Clash, Daytona, Fontana, Vegas, Truck, Xfinity. So
let's not count the Clash.
Okay, so 5.
He's won 60 or what? 2 out of 5. 40% of his races.
Are you trying to do math over here?
Yeah, 40%.
That's pretty good.
Because 5 to 100 is 20.
I just think it's cool that he's won in a Chevy before Toyota's won a race. Because everybody said in the offseason.
I'm very anti-Toyota.
I am too. And
I'm not even a Kyle Busch fan.
Everybody in the offseason, the speculations, who would win a race first? Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick. And man, Tyler Reddick has just struggled.
Where's Toyota been?
Toyota's been struggling too, but they've had Denny to carry them, so they've been all right.
I mean, Bell's done okay.
Christopher Bell's had a really good season so far, which is surprising. But Denny has too. Tyler Reddick showed up a little bit yesterday, but then on Saturday, Austin Hill brings home a victory for RCR in the 21 after Chandler Smith. I don't really know what happened. I think he choked a little bit because he gave the bottom up in the whole race. If you give the bottom up, the guy behind you is going to take it and you're going to lose. They're coming to get the white flag. He gave the.
Well, I don't know if it was Harvick or Blaney that said, look, he didn't even make it to the white line. That's the problem.
And as soon as they said that, Austin Hill went right by him. So,
he's young, though.
Very young.
20, I think they said.
But this is his first season in College Car, first season in the Xfinity Series. So, I mean, I think you take it for what it is. He finished third, and he was fast all day.
What about Dinger sucking it up again in Cup?
That surprised you? He got towards it was the last lap. It looked like Ricky hit him. It looked like they never showed a replay. I went back and looked for it online and couldn't find anything. NASCAR must be like
Fox.
Amarillo. Well, I don't think NASCAR and Fox work together, so I don't think they wanted you to see the Amarillo nut crash that caused the green-white.
Well,
that was not a wreck.
Is his name Amarillo or Armadillo?
Amarillo.
Like the Texas town?
Yeah.
Amarillo?
Amarillo by morning.
Will he give you a free steak if you eat 72 ounces of it?
I think that could go a lot.
3 butterball biscuits.
3 butterballs. Better than 2 butterballs.
Sounds like testicular cancer there, doesn't it? Well, wait, Doc, what do I do with my 3rd ball?
How do we go from eating steak to testicular cancer?
What was that show?
Get some steak with your cancer.
Remember on MTV you had the doctor dude?
No. Beavis and Butthead?
No. They had the sex line on MTV.
Oh, Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yeah, and that lady.
I don't remember the lady.
Yeah, there was a lady on there. She's an actress. Don't you remember her? There were 3 of them. A lady, Dr. Drew, and Adam Carolla. I can't remember her name. Wasn't it the sex line?
Love line.
Love line.
Yeah.
I was listening.
Remember Singled Out?
Yeah.
That was Jenny McCarthy.
I was driving late at night, and there was a radio station that played that love line.
You know it's still on.
Is it?
Yes. With Dr. Drew, I think.
Dude, someone called in that I know. I didn't know this about them, but they said, Dr. Drew, I've got this birth defect, and I was calling to see if I should have it removed. And he said, well, what's the birth defect? And he said, I got a 3rd testicle. And Dr. Drew said, I've heard of having a 3rd nipple, but not a 3rd testicle. You need to have a doctor check it out. I'm looking at it right now, Dr. Drew. I tell you, plain as day, it's a 3rd testicle. And he's like, and you've had it your whole life? He said, yeah. He goes, you sure it's not a tumor there? I'd go see a doctor. I don't know. When I play with myself, it feels like a testicle, too.
So did he go to the doctor?
Yeah, it sounded like a cousin of mine.
He had testicular cancer?
And he said, I can't even repeat it because I'll get murdered. I got family members that do listen. They gave him his first name and his last initial in the town he was from.
Yeah.
It's a very small town.
Oh, okay.
There's no question.
It was a cousin.
And it was him. Because I was with my brother at the time. My youngest brother was still alive, and he's like, that's cousin blank blank.
This says a lot about me. I used to watch Cops looking for somebody I knew.
You didn't know it was in Florida?
Not all of them. They filmed some of them in Georgia one time.
Clayton County?
I had a friend in high school.
You saw on it?
She was riding
on it?
She was riding down the street in Panama City on Cops. She was on the back of somebody's motorcycle riding down the street. And you saw her on Cops. I was like, yeah, I know her. So, yeah, we watched
Did you see her later on Girls Gone Wild?
No.
I think that guy lost everything. He got sued he never got a release form made out by
we was at the
chicks flashing them.
We was at the beach one time, and this guy came up to us. He's like, hey, can I take pictures of your girlfriends? That didn't end well for him.
Was that the Girls Gone Wild crew?
No. These were just like some creepy dudes. So we were much, much younger, like early 20s, and my buddy, Big Joe.
Break his camera?
It went to the ocean. Joe sent it swimming.
Did that camera swim?
I don't know.
Did it sink?
I think it drowned. Not really. Big Joe was pretty intimidating, though.
You know,
I don't think not many people want to mess with Big Joe.
I don't think you're too smart if you're creepy looking and want to take pictures. Can I take pictures of your girlfriend?
Yeah, it was just the most awkward thing. Like, how many?
A better approach would be...
What if that was like a dad and you walked up to him like, can I get a picture of your girlfriend? He's like, that's my daughter.
But would a better approach be, hey, I'm a professional photographer. I think your girlfriend could be a model. Do you mind if I take a couple of pictures?
Yes, I do.
Then you'd be like, but wouldn't you be a little proud that your girlfriend was model worthy?
Maybe after I got done.
After you beat his ass?
Yeah.
But it's a better approach though anyway, right?
I don't know.
Or are you drunk going, are you saying my girlfriend's hot? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, we were probably intoxicated. I'm pretty sure of that back then. There's no doubt. So it wasn't going to... When you take that into account, it was not going to end well regardless of your approach. Because at that point, we were ready to fight already.
But here's what's sick. No joke.
My grandfather would just send me out. If he saw a pretty girl he wanted to take a picture of, he'd say, go stand over there. I can go stand in front of him and he'd take a picture of the girl. There's all these random pictures of me with blonde-headed girls on the beach.
Dude, you can walk up to a stranger now and go, hey, you're very attractive. Can I do a selfie for social media? Oh, they're all over it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, not me.
If someone told me that, I don't try it.
You should try it.
No.
I guess you do it at the racetrack when you meet somebody you know, maybe. Like Bob. Yeah. You meet Bob Parker, she'll take a selfie with him.
Yeah. But
I don't think you're...
I've got a friend that's newly divorced.
That's what he does?
That's what he says. It's easy now.
That's how he's meeting his women?
Yeah.
I
don't know if he goes to a group of women and asks to do a selfie, or asks if
Tinder,
can I do a selfie with your very attractive girlfriend?
Does he go to bingo night?
I think, if someone approached me that way and they look nerdy, I might let them.
You'd start laughing.
Yeah, go ahead. Hello, mister. You got an attractive girlfriend there. Do you mind if I go take a picture, a selfie with her, and I put it on social media? I think I would probably go, sure, go right. If she'll let you.
If she'll let you. It's up to her. Up to her, man. Yeah. It's up to her. So
thanks, Myron.
William Byron wins the race. He led 176 laps to give us... His crew chief, Rudy Frugal, said this is the first dominating performance of a next-gen car.
Or was it William Byron's first dominating performance? 176 laps.
Williams he's had some good runs. Williams is a really good driver.
I would let him take a selfie with my wife.
He's just a baby, though.
He's kind of goofy, too.
He's a baby. I like the beard he's trying to grow. It makes him look older. His beard looks like Kyle Larson's cartoon face.
Yeah, it does.
I hate that, man. Are they
going to re-edit him?
No, they're just going to stick us with
Put a beard on?
Look, I figure we're stuck with Clint Boyer for another year. We're stuck with Mike Joy for another year. We're probably stuck with cartoon douchebag pictures for another year.
So 2024 is the last year of Fox coverage, right? Unless they extend the contract.
They renew.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're not going to make change unless Mike Joy passes away tragically. I don't want Mike Joy to die. I like Mike Joy. I've enjoyed Mike Joy. I just think
he's been calling races as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I don't know NASCAR without Mike Joy.
It'll be sad without him.
But it's time. That's all I'm saying.
There's time, place for everything.
Like it was time for DW to move on. It's also time for Mike Joy. When your Xfinity broadcast can't be better every single week than your Cup broadcast. Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, and Adam Alexander did a phenomenal job.
They did.
Ryan Blaney is probably going to be your next big-time broadcaster, in my opinion. I see Ryan Blaney retiring at a younger age. I don't think it's a lack of anything. I think Ryan Blaney's driving his best, as good as Ryan Blaney's going to drive. He's your 1 or 2 race win a year kind of guy. I don't see him dominating.
Well, that's
a Penske problem.
That's how I see him too. 1 or 2 a year.
So I think you give him 5 to 8 years or something like that, he'll be your next Dale Jr. in the booth.
Do you think if he jumped over to JGR, he would be better?
No. I don't think anybody gets better at JGR. You either go there and you dominate or you get cut off and you go somewhere else and dominate.
Didn't
Denny's never been anywhere else.
Well, he hasn't. And he's never won a championship.
Truex won his championship before he went to Joe
Front Row
Gibbs.
Motorsports. So they don't have a champion, do they?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Busch was already good when he went to Gibbs.
And it's just immature.
Christopher Bell never been anywhere else either. So I think Blaney, I would have liked to have seen Blaney go to a Chevy team like Hendricks.
I don't see Ty Gibbs dominating. I think
it's too early to tell.
I'm going to say he's a 1 or 2 win a year once he's good.
You don't think he's talented? His arrogance overshadows his talent for me.
A life lesson. I was very arrogant in high school playing baseball. I was very good. But I peaked in high school. As every scout told me, you've peaked. But I was still arrogant later. It took me about 3 or 4 years to realize, you know what?
All right.
I suck. Because everybody else is better. And Ty Gibbs is not the best of class in Cup Series. As we've seen, there's always been 20 guys better than him in the Cup.
Yeah, so far. I don't know. I think you're seeing exactly out of Ty Gibbs what I expected to see. Where did he finish at yesterday?
20. No, he was worse
22nd.
22nd.
I think you're seeing exactly what I expected out of Gibbs, and unfortunately, I think you're seeing what I expected out of Gregson too.
Well, as we said about,
I think Gregson should go. He should be the one somebody's looking to pick up here in another year or two.
How long's his contract?
Probably
2 years?
Probably 1 or 2 years. But I think he would benefit leaving. But he's got to get. They got to get some time. They need seat time to learn these cars. The trucks and Xfinity cars, I think, run similar. These are nothing like that. So the adjustment period's a little longer now.
See, I think Truex and Hamlin finish better than their equipment.
I agree with that. I don't think we see as much parity this year as we did last year because I think these teams have figured this car out.
Well, look at Hendricks. 1, 2, 3.
What you saw yesterday is going to become your normal 1.5 mile tracks.
Yeah.
Boring, long races. Or actually short races because there's no cautions.
Let's take the diffuser off. Let them slide.
I just don't think it's a challenge. So, let's talk about our boy, Georgia boy, Chase Elliott. Goes snowboarding in Colorado.
Oh, I thought it was Georgia. I was wondering where you snowboard in Georgia.
Yeah, he was snowboarding in North Georgia down the Rocky Mountain, and that's probably when he broke his leg.
I was thinking like Tacoma or something.
No, he was somewhere in Colorado. And he broke his tibia, requiring a 3-hour surgery Friday night. Everything apparently went well.
Oh, I thought it was his weenia.
No.
Not his weenia?
Kyle Busch had a similar injury from Daytona, and he was out for 11 weeks.
He didn't snowboard.
No, he was out for 11 weeks.
That was just driving, wasn't it?
Tony Stewart was out for 15 weeks with this same break.
But he didn't snowboard either.
No, he was driving a dune buggy out in the desert.
Flipped it.
So do you think Chase should have been snowboarding?
You know, that's a sticky issue. He's what, 25, 26 years old?
Other sports have clauses in their contracts that prevent their athletes from skiing,
he does not have a clause,
riding motorcycles.
If he doesn't have a clause, no, he can do whatever he wants. It's not in the contract.
I don't think they get paid when they don't race either, though. So Denny was talking about it on Actions Detrimental that he has insurance to cover him if he can't race. And he's sure because him and Chase are sponsored by the same management team.
Well, the football players have
he assumes he is
injury insurance too.
Yeah. So Chase isn't getting paid.
Does the insurance company have a clause stating that we're not going to pay for it outside of the car?
Chase has been snowboarding his whole life. He lived in Colorado for a while. So I don't think he looked at it as an extreme sport. He looked at it like Denny Hamlin looks at golf.
I don't think it's an extreme sport.
I think the chances of you getting hurt snowboarding are higher than the chances of you getting hurt playing golf.
Well, Denny could trip in a sand pit and trap
The
and break his
chances
leg.
of you getting hurt on a snowboard are still higher than you getting hurt playing golf.
I agree. I broke my thumb on a snowboard 30 freaking years ago.
That's all I'm saying is the chances of the risk factor on snowboard is higher than the risk factor on golf. I'm not saying he should play golf. I don't play golf. Just not my thing.
I can shoot you a picture of my snowboard in my bedroom. It's right next to my bed. I haven't used it in 5-6 years. Why?
Because risk.
I'll hurt myself.
Yeah. But do I think Chase shouldn't have been doing it? Not
If
necessarily.
it's not in the contract, go for it, Chase. That's my opinion. Now,
I think
if you know most of your income comes from racing, maybe you shouldn't have, Chase.
so. Apparently, Hendricks has already said he's not changing the contract. He's not adding a clause. He's not going to tell his drivers they can't do. I think that's a public statement. I think what we don't hear is a lot. I think NAPA is going to be pissed off. I would be.
Unless Joe Barry wins a race.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, but
NAPA's headquartered in Atlanta and Chase is from Georgia.
It doesn't matter, even if Josh wins a race. NAPA paid to be Chase Elliott's brand. Chase Elliott's not in that car. Chase Elliott is not, they get more attention from Chase Elliott on Sunday with a win than they do Josh Berry with a win.
That's true.
I would be willing to bet they paid anywhere between $10 and $20 million a year.
I bet you're right.
So, Chase is out, let's just say 10 races. Let's say he comes back All-Star weekend or Darlington weekend before the All-Star race at Wilkesboro.
So what does that equal out to?
That's
$300,000-400,000 a week sponsor money.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think NAPA came out and said they support Chase and all they worry about is their health. But I just find it hard to believe that his sponsors aren't calling Rick Hendrick going, how could you let this happen? Your star athlete.
Oh, I'm sure.
The leader of your pack, Chase Elliott. Yes, Larson can win. Larson's a heck of a driver, but Chase Elliott is the most popular driver in NASCAR. Of course, we're all going to say we hope he gets better because we do. But privately, he's costing somebody a lot of money.
But I buy if I can, my parts from NAPA. Not because of Chase, but I love Chase too. He's a Georgia boy. I'm not going to stop going to NAPA because Chase isn't driving the car.
Yes, but how many people don't go to the race? Okay, that's another aspect. Now you have fans who have bought tickets to races. I guarantee you a lot of them are Chase Elliott fans.
Well, we're going to Atlanta race in 2 weeks.
I guarantee you there's a lot of Elliott fans there. We don't get to see him race now.
No, we don't. And that's one of I would love to see Chase win in Georgia.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Yeah, you missed it last time.
Yeah, well, I saw it on TV as I was dying on the couch.
From your hole in your arm.
So Corona 1923.
Okay, so hey, you got a $20 million sponsorship now. You have a team. You have fans. At what point do you have to take a better risk assessment?
I don't know. Does it affect his dad? I saw an ad during the race where his dad was the voice for Goodyear.
I doubt it affects his dad, but I'm just saying, I think Chase Elliott should not be snowboarding? I think it's up to him. Honestly, I just see the older I get,
25 or 26.
The older I get,
now he knows.
The older I get, I see the bigger picture. It's so small it doesn't matter compared to Chase Elliott. But
my wife in maturity was 10 years older than me, mature-wise, at 26. She was probably as smart as a 36-year-old. I was still as dumb as a 12-year-old.
Yeah, what I was getting at is at 38, my balance isn't as good as it was at 23. When I bought that longboard skateboard, yeah, I'm not comfortable on it like I used to be on a skateboard. I used to drop in on a pipe. I mean, it wasn't no thing. I could skateboard. Now I can't skateboard. But At 38, there's a lot more depending on me not breaking my legs.
Shit, dude. I mean, I used to surf.
So how much of that falls under Chase Elliott, though? Like, at some point.
Well, I mean, he's still responsible for his own actions, regardless of maturity.
But when you're the main driver, your team works around you. Chase Elliott, I mean, yes, he's in Hendrick's equipment. Yes, he's got a.
But he's driver number 1, Larson number 2.
Yeah. Everything hinges on you. You gotta make. I don't know. I would not have a problem with Rick putting something in his contract saying during the season, you want to go get hurt in the off season?
But if your son,
we know that coming into Daytona.
Regardless of profession, let's say your son, my son, whoever, goes out snowboarding and breaks their leg.
Yeah.
And they can't go to work. I mean, you and I.
Yeah, but they don't have a $20 million sponsorship riding on it.
We're going to tell them now, you know, right? Hope you learned.
You should have thought about it.
Right.
Like I said, for me, it's hard because in Chase's mind, it's not an extreme sport. And in mine, it's not either.
It's not in mine either.
But I'm just saying, it would not surprise me, and I would not think anything bad of Rick if he said, okay, Chase, let's not do this again.
Well, he's already got a contract with all his drivers. He can't change it until
Chase flies
later.
Chase flies an airplane to work too. So,
well, that's dangerous.
That's probably more, in my opinion, that little crop duster he's flying is more dangerous than snowboarding.
What does he fly? Doesn't he fly a jet?
I don't
know.
A
little Cessna.
It's a little Cessna, I'm sure. It's not no massive jetliner. I think it's like a 2-seater, if I'm not mistaken.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, I got no. But
what's more dangerous, that or driving a race car?
That's what. What's more dangerous, flying an airplane or snowboarding?
The odds are he's done this his whole career, right?
Flying an airplane or snowboard?
Snowboarding.
Both, yeah. Since he was 3.
He's also been driving cars his whole life, right?
Probably since he was 4.
Uh-huh. This is the first accident he's had on the snowboard that we know about.
He's wrecked the car a lot.
Crashed a lot. So I don't know. I don't blame him.
I don't either. So he'll probably get a medical waiver. I don't have a problem.
He's going to have to win.
Do you have a problem with a waiver?
I don't have a problem with a waiver.
I don't either.
I mean, Kyle Busch won this championship
with a waiver
1 year with a.
And the 30th place is gone now. Top 30th in points.
And you still have
as
to
long
win.
as he wins a race.
Yeah, he's got to win to get in. So
this will hurt him on playoff points, I'm sure. But other than that, I don't see him. If he comes back in the summer, he'll win. He'll probably win. All he's got to do is win one race. We know he runs good in the playoffs, so it wouldn't surprise me. I hate that he's out. I hate it for him. I do hope he gets better.
But let's look at the positive side.
Josh Berry
Dale Jr. has said over and over again, somebody needs to give Josh Berry a ride in Cup. Now he gets to showcase it for what, 8-10 weeks?
Well, at least one day. I don't know. They haven't announced, as of recording of this show, they haven't announced if he's going to be in it again.
Where did Josh finish?
29th. 2 laps down. The car was having...
That's pretty crappy.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was a good day. It's a success. First time ever starting a next-gen car, and you finished ahead of guys who have clearly started this car multiple times.
But your teammates were 1, 2, 3.
But his car was having fuel pickup problems with the throttle cable. Josh was frustrated because the car, if that would have been Chase in that car, we wouldn't be thinking nothing of it. We'd be saying, well, he was having throttle problems.
He's having a bad day.
It had nothing to do with Chase. He was having throttle problems.
He's having a bad day.
King Chase, he did it right. He does nothing wrong.
Why do we root for him? It's just because he was born here, because he got no personality.
I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I told you.
Kyle Busch.
So the only real
I am not.
I am. You're not. I am.
I don't hope bad things for him. I think.
And I like
his change.
I love it, man. I love being a Kyle Busch fan. It's just, he's back at home. He's in Chevy. How do you not like it?
I don't hate it. I like the new Kyle.
I love it.
He's not a butthole during interviews.
It's great for the sport.
But I'm not rooting against him. I used to root against him. How about that?
Let's finish talking about this race.
Diet Kyle.
The only real caution that came out was Joey Logano. He was the first to start and the first to finish.
Oh, I thought that was Armadillo.
No, Joey.
Oh, that was the fake caution.
Yeah, Joey went spinning across the grass because him and Brad and Kyle Race 3 wide.
Well, I knew that because they put a camera on the grass in his grill for like 10 freaking minutes.
Well, they wanted you to see the grass.
I saw the grass, and then I started wondering what else is going on out there.
Did you watch it on Fox or did you listen on PRN?
Well, both. I was out in the yard listening to it on PRN, and then I watched the recording.
Gotcha.
But that was just the race. PRN's way better. Dude, those guys, and MRN's better too. I mean, because it's radio, they're more energetic. Oh my God, you got to see what's going on in turn 3. Oh my goodness. Corey LaJoy he just threw it into the 5th gear.
He went left.
Yeah.
So they're like IndyCar announcers.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I've listened to the race on the radio, but
it's way more. I'm working under a car, listen to it, you're all into it. But watching it on TV, you're kind of like, this is not the same. I need to watch the race while listening.
That's what I've been.
MRN or PRN. I did that last year, and it was fantastic.
That was my intentions yesterday. We had a meeting at the church. We got a new logo, new brand. We're rebranding the church, so we had a branding meeting last night.
What are you gonna call it? Woke? Baptist?
We're not renaming. We're rebranding.
First Woke?
We've rebranded. We got a new logo.
Are you still going to do Awana in the summertime for Bible?
I don't know that we do Awana.
Vacation Bible School?
I don't think we do Awana.
You're like the only Baptist church in America that doesn't do Awana?
I don't know that we do a lot of children's programs, but I don't know that we do Awana in the summers. We might. I don't know. My kids are teenagers. They're in the youth program. It costs a fortune to go on youth trips now.
Does it?
Yeah, a couple $100 a kid.
That ain't bad. I think when I was a kid, it was like $90.
I didn't go to youth camp.
60.
I'm cool with it. Whatever it costs. I mean, as long as they enjoy it, I'm good with it.
The Baptist.
But I didn't get to watch the race live with the radio because I had that meet. So
the Baptist camp for the state of Georgia backs up to our property.
There's a camp?
Yep.
What's it called?
I don't know.
I've never been. You go to a Baptist church. Why are you making fun of me?
I mean, the kids have gone there.
Do your kids go to church?
Mm-hmm. Here's the dumb thing. It's right behind our house. I didn't know it was that one. Camp We Be Gone or whatever it's called.
We Be Gone.
I'll have to drive past it. It's the next main road
Don't worry, Be Gone.
It's like 4 miles down the road because there's nothing but farms. But I drove them down there.
And dropped them off.
And then dropped them off. And then I'm like, why am I following the bus home? Then I realized they're going to the Georgia Baptist Convention camp, backside of our property.
You could have just sent them through the woods.
I could have thrown them in a raft and sent them down the creek. That feeds their lake.
Oh, yeah, that would have been funny. Here comes them Pharaoh boys floating in on a raft. Now let's talk about that caution.
Which one?
The lack of a caution, I guess, with Eric Almirillo gets sideways.
No, they threw it then.
I mean, he didn't wreck.
Well, he caught it.
He saved it.
There shouldn't have been a caution.
He was almost spinning. He was almost wrecking. No, NASCAR is very bad.
Don't you think they were 7/8 cocked with the yellow flag?
Something was causing a caution.
I mean, the dude's finger was hovering over the button to press the...
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. He was pitting. My bad. I thought he was spinning.
When they first instituted green-white checkered, when was that? 2000?
It was interesting. It was fun to watch.
Now it's like...
Now it's getting old.
Yeah, it's like, okay, every race can't be green-white caution.
No, I mean, if the caution wouldn't have came out, Larson would have walked away with it.
I mean, I understand super speedways. They're going to wreck anyway at the end. But the mile and a half's...
It's manufactured. Don't make it up.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I think it's...
I mean, if his car broke in half...
This ain't wrestling.
No. If his car broke in half and he was laying in the middle of the racetrack...
If he spun all the way around, I'd have been all right. If he would have kept the car... He finished 16th, man.
He caught it.
He finished 16th. That ain't wrecking.
No.
He brought out a green-white checker and finished 16th still. He didn't wreck. He stayed on the lead friggin' lap.
I don't think they should have thrown the caution at the Daytona 500.
No, because you got plenty of room. Let them get back around.
It's 2.5 miles.
You can safely get safety workers to that back straightaway. He's in another county winning the race. Don't worry about him. He'll be slowed down. No, I hate it.
Shoot, in the summer race last year was raining turns 1 and 2.
No
remember?
caution. No caution. But I think that's like this caution came out because Vegas was a boring race. There was zero excitement. Other than the 4 restarts, there was never any racing. Nobody could pass.
Well, I heard it on the radio and said, "Oh, come on!" And then I watched it on the tape and said, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah, it wasn't a caution, but whatever. That set us up for green, white, checkered. Truex decided to take a gamble and stay out. Went from 4th to 7th because that gamble didn't work out.
What did you think of the gamble, though?
I think
last year, remember, Hendrick lost it because they came in.
No, Hendricks won it because they came in. They took 2 tires.
Last week. Not last week. Last year.
Yeah.
They came in and did win it.
Toyota was winning it last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Gibbs came in and screwed it up.
Yeah. They took 4 when Hendricks took 2.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I think it was a missed opportunity, actually. I think Truex and James Small had the right idea, but nobody else gambled. I think these guys that were back here on the lead lap, 18th or better, like AJ, Brad, Tyler, they should have stayed out.
So he was what, 3rd when he made the gamble?
4th. And he finished 7th.
3 spots.
Yes.
It's worth it. Chance to win.
He might have came in and nobody else stayed out, though. He would have been on new tires. He could have done a lot worse. What I'm saying, though, it was a good move if 4 cars do it. 4 or 5 cars do it, you can finish and win.
Well, don't you think his pit crew could have screwed it up for him?
Well, apparently
they've done it before.
So apparently they were having some issues, so he would have been screwed.
Yeah,
the hub was stuck or something.
He went.
I'm okay
he
with
went for number 1 and ended up 7. I'm okay with it.
No, I'm very much okay with it. What I'm not okay with is nobody else tried it. I think it was a missed opportunity. I don't think Truex missed an opportunity. I think Brad Keselowski or the Dinger missed an opportunity. But the
Dinger wrecked too.
He was getting ready to wreck anyway. So he's like, "There's no reason for me to stay out and wreck the whole field, guys."
He's got a countdown clock on his dashboard. It is when
Ty Gibbs clock.
When he's supposed to wreck.
It's time to tie out.
Yeah. So his time expired and he just wrecked.
It looked like somebody hit him.
That's why he does better on Xfinity, because the time is still the same.
Race is shorter.
The race is over, and he hasn't expired yet.
So he flips out in the motorhome later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I believe that. Seen his wife. She could probably take him.
You think?
I think so.
She a heifer?
No, she's like Miss America or something.
Oh, well.
She's Miss New York yeah. But she's like built, dude. Like, she works out.
Like Ronda Rousey built?
Yeah.
Ooh.
She got a lot of muscles, like a lot. And you can see them.
Well, he was probably...
in her back, you can see tons of muscles.
Wasn't he doing performance-enhancing drugs when he got suspended?
I don't think she is.
You don't think they share?
I thought he was doing Adderall.
Oh, I thought it was that Creighton crap they sell at the gas station.
Croutons. That you put on your salad.
What is it exactly?
Creatine.
Do you know what creatine is?
Yeah, I do, actually.
What is it?
Actually, I don't.
I see a lot of gas stations.
I think it comes from a root. But apparently, if you drink a bunch of it, it's supposed to give you a high, kind of like taking like pain pills or something.
Oh, I was thinking it was like performance enhancing.
No, it's like an opiate.
Boner pills.
It's like an opiate high.
Oh, I thought it was boner pill stuff.
They sell those at the gas station too?
Oh, I got a prescription. It's okay. I'm not buying gas station Viagra.
Don't tell them what'll happen there.
Double dose by accident.
Have you seen the video online of the guy who buys a TV from the crackhead? He's like, I got this TV from a crackhead for $50. Come home and plug it in, and all it shows is Taco Bell menu.
That's funny. I haven't seen that.
Next time I see it, I'll send it to you. It's legit. It's hanging over his mantle, and he plugs it in. It's Taco Bell at their menu. I can't get the channel to change. Oh, man. We talked about Josh Berry. Bubba Wallace had a pretty good day. He finished 4th yesterday. Austin Cindric somehow lucked into a 6th place finish because he ran in the back all day.
Armadillo, 16.
It's crazy.
After he wrecked.
So this car sucks on a short track, sucks on super speedway, sucks on road courses. We got Michigan because they're getting rid of Fontana.
Well, we get to experience a 1 miler next week.
I'm hoping the new package helps.
Why don't they just take the diffuser off?
They put a 2-inch spoiler on this new car.
2 inches is nothing.
Next week. Well, that's next weekend at Phoenix.
So my wife tells me every day, 2 inches ain't nothing.
No wonder she's pissed off all the time at you.
I told you I'm known as Tater Tot.
Call me Tater Tot. All right, man. That's basically all we got this week. I saw on, that Hendricks, they're going to announce, I guess, by tomorrow morning who's going to be in their car. But it's funny. NASCAR Chasm, he put out a tweet saying that the driver should just leave his helmet on, come out of the holler, jump in the car, and fans should try to guess at who it is once he starts talking on the scanner. And it'd be like the Masked Singer NASCAR version.
It's about where we're headed, isn't it?
I think that's a great idea. I know they can't do that because of...
What's that Top Gear Stig? Have you ever watched Top Gear? We don't know who the driver is?
No.
Oh.
Top Gear. That's where they race the cars?
Yeah, they have stupid things. Like they go out and buy a $500 car and drive across America in it.
Like us?
Yeah.
We should have our own show.
We should.
We need a $500 car to do the lemon racing.
Slow Gear. That's what we call the Prius. Is going to be a $500 car pretty soon.
Well, you would have to sell it to me for $500 for us to use it, right? Or does it go off Blue Book value?
I'm not sure they'll let a hybrid with all the battery and crap in the back.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you have to put a racing fuel cell in it.
Uh-huh. Well, did you put a racing battery?
Do they make those? I mean, you have e-racing in Indy, right?
They're a pain in the ass to put out. I mean,
the fire?
I saw a video on YouTube on a Tesla 3 days. They were like, this is 3 days later, and it's still burning. Yeah,
I've seen that. Well, I think it does. Doesn't it do more damage to the environment when you build a battery for a Tesla than like 15 years of driving a gas car?
Oh, no. I think what we're doing is taking all that waste and doing it at once instead of doing it over a 10-year period driving a regular car.
Well, I think that's why you're seeing such big climate shifts immediately.
Well, you got all these hippies that feel better about killing the environment all at once
and
doing it over a long period of time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. That makes more sense than what they're telling us.
Because they can go, I drive this electric car and
drive a Tesla,
and I'm helping the environment. And everybody else is stupid and goes, yeah, you are.
How about AOC drives a Tesla and her and Elon Musk like to have their Twitter battles?
Does she drive one?
Yeah.
I didn't know she made enough.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, she's doing that. She's doing that under the table stuff.
Well, she's under investigation for that.
They all are. They all should be.
They are. I think most politicians are usually under investigation. This is how we started.
Sounds like our crime and politics show.
I think that'll be a good show. I really do. All right, man. We're going to Phoenix.
So do we only do convicted felons or just decide they're all felons and just not caught yet?
I think we just do convictions. You said it covers our butt.
Yeah, legally, they really can't argue.
But if the charges were brought and then dropped, isn't there a record of that?
Well, if they've, let's say a president
wouldn't you say allegedly?
Someone, right? They pardon someone, that does not get rid of their crime or conviction. It just means they have been pardoned.
Well, as long as I say allegedly before I say it, doesn't that make it okay?
But satire.
Your dog allegedly peed in my car.
No, he did. I saw him.
But if I say allegedly,
I told him to pee on the little Debbie donuts.
Don't mess up my donuts. No,
I said Ripken.
He missed the donuts.
Pee on the donuts, Ripken.
Don't mess up little Debbie. Dude, I find it hard to find little Debbie donuts now that we've got.
You found them all over the country. You can't find them at home.
No.
The factory's like 60 miles north of Atlanta in Chattanooga.
They don't. All they got is those hosties.
You know what?
Or hostess.
We need to get an HVAC contractor up there.
And go to the Little Debbie factory?
Yeah.
It's only 60 miles. I think we can probably swing it and go.
We had a dealer, though.
Oh, I mean, I'm with you, but I probably do. Where's it at?
That's a lot of work, though.
Where's the dealer? I mean, where's Little Debbie at?
It's Ottawa, I think is the name of it.
I've got dealers up there.
Ottawa?
By them Indian Mountains?
No, that's
That's Etowah.
Now, look, I'll draw a map for you. Can you guys see this? Look, everybody. Look.
Oh.
I'm drawing the map. Here's Lookout Mountain. Boom, boom, boom. That doesn't look like that. Looks fire. But anyway, here's Chattanooga, which I can't spell. Nooga. And then this is Georgia. And then right over here, let's put a dot there. There's Chattanooga. Ringgold is just right over here. And let's draw up the scale. Here's the scale. That's 10 miles.
I've ever seen in my
10
life.
miles. So outside of, you cross Ringgold into Ottawa.
How you
Well,
spell
I've
that?
never spelled that one.
That's UTWA.
I think it's OOWUTAWA. Ottawa.
Utuwa.
I have a feeling-
YOUTOOYWAW.
Cherokee.
Utuwa.
It's Cherokee.
Utuwawa.
Which I think
Is it Wawa?
the Bell Witch might have been an Indian witch.
That's another.
It's just me thinking out
Possibility.
loud. You guys will have to listen to our other podcast for that.
Possibility.
But Little Debbie Factory Store is right there. And then when you go
But it's
over...
in Tennessee.
Yes.
That's why I can't find them in Georgia.
Ottawa.
Yeah, but Georgia's mad at Tennessee
Why are we mad at Tennessee?
because they stole the river.
Oh, I thought we still own the river.
I don't think we got all of it back.
I thought they were mad. Why would they be...
We got a quarter of it.
But we beat their ass in football, so give them the river.
I guess that's a good point.
And they wear orange.
Yeah, real friends don't let other friends wear orange.
Unless it's for the Orioles. But it's a darker orange. There's kind of yellow.
That covers, and as a Georgia fan, that covers a lot. That covers Auburn,
Yeah.
Clemson, Florida, Tennessee.
Florida's orange is kind of Orioles orange, but it's still a whole different bird.
It's like puke orange.
Literally, a whole different bird.
It's like puke orange, Florida orange is.
Why is Tennessee called volunteers? It's always confused me. What'd they volunteer for?
They volunteered to fight in the War of 1812.
And they named the whole state after that?
They named it after.
I mean, I know, Andrew Jackson went down to New Orleans and won the battle
well, I mean,
of New Orleans.
it's for the guys.
And it was a
12
lot
men.
of volunteers.
They named it after the 12 men that volunteered their life.
Do you think volunteers are
I'm just making
offended?
this up.
Do you think volunteers are offended?
What kind of volunteers?
I don't know.
Like, I volunteer to do this?
Like, you volunteer at church?
Yeah. That doesn't.
Are you offended?
By the Vols?
Yes.
No, they suck.
And Vols is even worse. What is a Vols? I got... Never mind.
Vols is
I'm not
similar.
gonna...
Vols
So
is
close
like,
to talking about volunteering at church, I'm not going to my Vols.
I don't want to talk about your Vols either. Vols are balls with an infection.
Oh, okay.
So you don't want to have a Vol either. Or a
Well-
Vol. You don't want to Vol or volunteer.
I think fans of the Tennessee Volunteers are infected.
Probably. But I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan, so if you're a Tennessee fan, I'm
not a Tennessee fan.
I know-
Let's not go there.
I'm not. I'm
Don't like
apologizing.
them at all.
I'm talking to our fans. I'm apologizing if they're a Tennessee fan. I apologize, but y'all suck. It's not my fault. Your coach is building back brick by brick. One day he'll get there.
I'm a Vanderbilt Commodore fan because they suck at everything they do.
Oh yeah,
And they're interesting to watch because they suck so bad.
You know, Vanderbilt's one of them teams used to be that Georgia would go play, and it could go either way.
They're
But-
not even there now.
No, it's
That'd be like Georgia playing
I don't even think we send our starters.
Emory. Do they even have a football team?
If they did, it would.
Nerd.
If they did, Vanderbilt would lose to them still.
Isn't I don't
Georgia Tech could beat Vanderbilt. That's how
know.
bad Vanderbilt is.
I compare them, rich nerdy kids, to Emory students or Duke students for that matter. Just rich nerds
Where's Duke at?
in North Carolina somewhere.
Okay.
In
They
the
have a
land,
good
in
basketball
the
team.
land of Duke.
Does Maryland have a good basketball team?
Back in 2002, yes,
So
they won a national championship.
I saw where Kennesaw State University
They probably
made it
beat Maryland.
They made it to the tournament for the first time
A-Sun
ever.
tournament. Yeah,
No, they won the Sun Belt.
tournament.
Yeah, they won. Now
Yeah.
they're going to the.
Big dance.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. Aren't they the Owls?
Yeah, the Hoot Owls. Hooty
Yeah.
hoot.
Does that offend Owls?
Do you think they hoot during the game? Like, ooh,
I hope so.
ooh.
I'm going to root for them.
I am too.
Unless they're playing Maryland.
Are you going to put all your money on them? Are you going to make a bracket?
I don't gamble very often.
I don't either. But if you did, would you put all your money on them?
A $5 bracket, I'd probably do.
Hoot Owls. Hoo hoo.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I guarantee if they won
Put
it,
my money
you
on.
know how much money you'd probably win in Vegas if they actually won?
I don't even remember the name of the team. They were West Florida University Seahawks or something.
Yeah.
They made it to the Final Four.
You made some money?
And I picked them to go to the Final Four. I didn't make any money. It's one of those fake things. What do you call them? Leagues?
Fake leagues? Fantasy
You
leagues?
didn't get paid.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're not going, but somebody's going to Phoenix, Arizona for the race this weekend. We didn't actually go through Phoenix. We were north of there, and we went through Flagstaff. But
Which is what? 3 hours north of Phoenix?
let me ask you this, Jamie. If we were going to Phoenix, where would we not want to stay at?
The usual spots.
Wyndham?
Wyndham's, roadways. I actually found some that were hilarious and went back on the notes, and we'd already done them.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, so it's the more we do this, the harder it is. I mean, next year we might have to go to Flagstaff. But we already did Flagstaff because of our race, since we're champions of the Cannonball Run.
Yeah, but we did this
We haven't-
twice. This is our third trip to Phoenix.
Yeah, it
so
is. But we haven't mentioned in this episode that we are Cannonball Run champions.
we are.
Yeah.
Cannonball.
We need to,
Mr. Cannonball, as they call you at church.
as they call you, ball.
Thought I was run.
Oh, yeah, run. You're run. I had a customer call me Cannonball.
That is awesome.
Well, it also means they're listening to us.
That's scary.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I mean, thank you. That is scary, though.
I'd never told them. I went to visit, and the guy said, "What's up, Cannonball?" And it was so out of subject.
You didn't know what
I
to say?
said, "What?"
You said, what about my balls?
He said, "Cannonball."
Oh, that balls.
I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Didn't you run the Cannonball Run?" I said, "Yes, I did." "But that's why I'm calling you Cannonball. I heard it on your podcast." And I'm like, "Oh."
Nice.
Because I never told him about our podcast. Someone else did.
Yeah, I'll try not to talk about it too much for my dealers.
Well, I just mentioned it here.
Except that one dealer of mine.
Half of our dealers don't even know what Cannonball is.
One of our dealers
Sponsored us. No, he wasn't our dealer.
Well, one of our dealers was with my dad, so I guess technically he would be an honorary mafia member.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Would he allow us to shout out?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
I don't know if Andy would or not. But he
You don't
could.
think Mr. Lewis would let us shout it out?
I don't think he would. But, I mean, he is an honorary race car backwards mafia member, so.
So we need to get him a shirt, too. We need to get their shirt sizes.
Yeah. I think we get a koozie and a hat.
Koozie and a hat?
Yeah.
We could do that.
I don't think my dad wears hats, so.
What if we got him one of them, what do they call them? They're not actual bumper stickers, but they're static cling ones.
Yeah.
When he put it in the back of his car?
I'd stick it on there when he wasn't
He
looking.
wouldn't know.
Put it next to that Biden sticker I put on there, too.
We actually had a guy that's in our industry that does not buy equipment from our company give us money for 2 tanks of gas.
Yeah, I mean,
He even said, "Don't mention his name."
and we didn't. Nice guy, though.
Yeah.
All right, where ain't we staying?
Except he doesn't sell our brand.
Yeah, but he still paid for our gas. So
Yeah, 2 tanks.
that makes you nice.
So for the roadway in Phoenix, North Highway 17 North, which doesn't make sense to me, but that's what it said.
North Highway 17.
Maybe
it's the north side of the Northern Highway.
But there's a massive drug problem
Maybe
in
they're dislikes it.
the Southwest. New Mexico and Arizona, they're full of drugs.
Oh, so they wrote this on fentanyl.
Well, and look at the name of the guy. This was on Google reviews. This is
The Ghetto Stoic.
the Ghetto Stoic.
Why didn't he put a space between the ghetto? Is it the ghetto? As in one word? The ghetto?
Well, he's a stoic.
Like Theodore?
I think so.
So what is
He wrote in all capitals.
Theodore Stoic.
Theodore Stoic from the Ghetto.
Literally.
He said 1 out of 5, literally. Should I do it with a real...
British accent?
I was trying to sound intellectual, but that came off as British. Literally.
Literally.
Well, I have no working AC, which is illegal in the state of Arizona.
Is it really?
It is. I looked it up.
Cool.
You can't even rent a house without air conditioning.
Can you rent a house in Georgia without heat?
I don't know.
I thought you told me one time you couldn't.
But you can't turn off their utilities in winter
While they're in it.
for the gas if they have a gas furnace. And you cannot turn off their electricity. The power company can. That's why in your lease you make them responsible for utilities.
So the power company
They
can?
cut it off, but I can't. If you haven't paid me rent and I've included it, I can't go start turning stuff off.
Oh, okay. So it's not like the air conditioner in Arizona.
And the time I did cut a tenant's stuff off, that was more than 7 years ago, and I've looked it up. They can't prosecute me now.
Good. They're safe.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I can't go.
Safety first.
Yeah. So they're good. Some other tenant lives there now.
Yeah.
And I've learned.
That's all that matters.
I mean, basically, I was told you can't do that again. They didn't fine me or anything. Does that make me a criminal?
Oh, she even mentions fentanyl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe she was on fentanyl.
No light bulbs for the lamps or roaches everywhere. Or more fentanyl users than rooms available. The rooms aren't occupied. They are just unavailable due to the nature of being inhabitable, which is also illegal. Only go here if you are a felon with warrants out for your arrest. You may be able to hide here definitely. I think they meant indefinitely, but I can't put words in their mouth.
You can definitely hide here.
They said definitely.
I don't think they sound anything like you just said.
No, because they sounded...
Only go here if you're a felon with warrants out for your arrest.
They sound exactly like their... What would you call it? Their handle? Really, it should be like, literally, man, they had no working AC, which is illegal.
No,
in the state of Arizona.
I see hillbilly all over this, dude.
Did you notice they were kind of hillbilly in Arizona?
Yeah,
the natives?
Man, they done got more fentanyl users down here than they got rooms available. The rooms ain't even occupied. That just unavailable due to the nature of it being inhabitable, which is also illegal. Only go her if you a felon with a warrant out for your arrest. You might be able to hide out here definitely. Definitely will. That's what I'm thinking. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, they ain't got no working AC, which I know the laws of Arizona because I've been locked up in the penitentiary multiple times, so it is illegal not to have an air conditioner in the state of Arizona. They ain't got no light bulbs for the lamps, and them dang roaches, man, they done got on everywhere. That's how it sounded.
Okay, I believe you because they're the ghetto stoic.
I guarantee it's how it sounded. His name's probably Ted.
Do you think we have some listeners out there to where we sound intelligent? Probably not.
No, I mean, that could have sounded like any of our cousins. I mean, we don't sound intelligent.
True, yeah. Well, next, it's the same hotel, the roadway in Phoenix, North Highway 17 North.
Eric D.
You think that tells you which lane you're in?
Eric?
No, Highway 17 North. North Highway 17 North.
Probably.
So you're north of town and you're in the north lane, right? Do you think that's what it means on Highway 17?
Maybe the extra north was just from the compass on the GPS on his map. So when he wrote down north.
But this was the address for all of them.
Or maybe roadway's stupid.
maybe whoever names the roads in Phoenix has a stutter. Stutter.
North.
He was up there in the north. North. You know, up there, north of town, on the north side.
Then it would be roadway in.
Yeah.
Roadway in place.
Well, this is Eric D. 10 months ago, 1 out of 5 on Google. Same hotel as the Ghetto Stoic. He says, fun little place, fun little cockroaches, welcomed us to our room. Fun, happy people, hanging around, sleeping on the stairs. Cool little tube TV to keep you distracted from the nefarious activity outside your door. Surprised they had a mirror in the room. Metal bracing bracket on the 2 doors to the rooms where we tried to get in to that looked like they'd been kicked in. I don't know what they're saying there.
Was Arizona the one we stayed in with the tube TV? Or is that New York City?
I think it was not Flagstaff, though. Kingman.
Yeah.
We didn't even turn the TV in that room, though.
Well, it was a tube TV. It probably didn't work.
Interesting feature of the hotel was the copious amounts of trash. Trash on the street, trash in the parking lots, overfilled trash cans, bags, and trash outside of people's rooms. Checked for bed bugs and didn't see any. Woke up with bites, and so did my cousin. Ooh.
No, this is out west.
Is it legal out there like it is in Alabama or Arkansas?
No.
No? It's illegal, but they do it anyway?
Well, I don't think it's as common out there. Like, when you hear...
Do they have 2 doubles
when you hear,
one king?
When you hear, so did my cousin, if we were racing in Bristol, that would have a whole nother meaning than that what we had at the road.
Moon-eyed dude running around throwing condoms in the air out of his bucket.
I said $5 cash.
Quarters.
Yeah, I said quarters, not cash. Yes, I don't think I wouldn't read too much into this in Arizona.
Maybe I had the bites before I didn't notice until I woke up. They're woke.
Got woke.
Didn't see any actual needles, just a few caps.
Okay.
The front desk guy was
he looking for needles?
Was good and fast. What does that mean? We weren't able to get to the first room, but that could have been user error. Definitely the worst place I've ever stayed. Can't believe people get charged to stay here. I don't believe I've left a 1-star review before.
I'm confused. The front desk guy was very good and fast, but that could have been user error. I'm so confused. What were they doing?
Maybe they're referring back to they couldn't get into the room and the key wasn't made properly. Or was it a key? He had to cut the key like an old locksmith.
You say kinky?
Kinky?
Is that what you said?
I don't know. I don't think I said.
Was he kinky? Old Eric was trying to get kinky with the front desk feller.
So I went over to old Yelp for this one. Desiree O. The big O. She capitalized it.
Desiree O. Oh, okay.
Oh, the big O.
Where's this one from? Same place?
This is from the Budget Inn, Phoenix.
Oh, I see it. Whole Budget Inn. Desiree.
She gave it 5 out of 5.
Her last name is probably Ward.
This is kind of funny one. Since she gave it 5 stars, I accidentally read it. And it was one of those 5 stars where they were
making fun of it. Love those.
This was the most luxurious stay I've ever had. The first thing I noticed was this beautiful vintage desk chair that seemed completely out of place and unnecessary. But I think that's what the interior designer was going for. I think the cigarette burns and all the blankets and sheets put a nice artsy touch. Another thing I really liked was the mini fridge that was included with the room. The fridge did not work and could not keep anything cold, but it's nice for extra storage. Even though the fridge did not work, it was okay because they have a super convenient ice machine. The ice machine was out of order, but at least they have vending machines. The one that was supposed to contain water was completely empty, but not to worry. They have water bottles in the lobby, which you can access prior to 9 p.m. They were actually out of water when we ended up going to the lobby, but it was okay because we got the opportunity to pay for an Uber down the street to the liquor store and get water and ice. Very nice touch to this trip. She lost it there. Yeah. I really liked was that not only was the outlets placed in very inconvenient places, half of them don't work. So I had to plug in my phone across from where my bed was. I got in lots of needed exercise, constantly walking back and forth. An awesome surprise. I really, really appreciate the TV service they provided. Much on par with a stereotypical motel. We got a whole 5 channels, half of which were completely unwatchable. This is exactly what I was looking for. Lastly, they have a wonderful $50 cash deposit policy in which you can receive it back if you check out prior to 11 a.m. When I went to check out at 6 a.m. for the flight, I was told that the security guard would not be in until 8 a.m., so I could not get my deposit until after then. So I left out $50. I'm always happy to waste as much money as possible, which is what I did at this hotel.
Sucks. But at least they have vending machines. They were out.
Yeah.
But at least they have.
They did.
All that counts.
They had water in the lobby, but they were out too.
All right, where are we going next?
We're going to the Colonnade Motel.
All right.
And we're going to do Kim Eastham.
Eastonham.
You think she's British?
Nah. Eastonham, that's over isn't that outside Wilkesboro?
Oh, it could be. Eastonham, North Carolina?
Yeah.
They got a little dirt track there, I think.
So.
Yeah, flat track.
Out there. It's near Hickory, but outside of Wilkes.
Or is that the one with the paved straightaways and the dirt corners?
Gravel straightaways.
And dirt
corners.
Yeah.
That would actually be
I want to go see that.
They should do that to Texas. Make it all gravel.
And make them run snow tires so they can shoot the gravel all over the place.
Take the windshields out and put the cages in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the police car.
Like they should do at Bristol.
Yeah.
Dirt. Yeah.
All right.
So Kim on Google gave it 1 out of 5. This is the worst motel ever.
What hotel is this? Oh, the Colonnade.
Yeah, the Colonnade. Time for a complaint to be filed. The owner is a slumlord. No one should have to pay to stay at this motel. The roof leaks. That's gross. The toilet doesn't flush. It just overflows. The air conditioner does not blow cold air. The refrigerator went down and is reported daily to the front office, along with all the other issues. It took 9 days to bring another refrigerator.
How long are you staying here?
This might be one of those rehab hotels.
Extenders?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Instead of taking out the non-working unit, they just put another one in the middle of the room and stated they didn't have time for other repairs. That night it was reported to the office the refrigerator they just brought over doesn't work either, and it was raining in the room. Her response was that they don't have another refrigerator and just poke a hole in the bubble on the ceiling to drain the rainwater.
Wow.
Then put buckets around to catch the water. Oh, if you can't fix the toilet yourself, then don't use the toilet as far as the AC. What? They're using it at the same time?
You can't use them at the same time. Oh,
if you flush the toilet, the electricity goes off?
If you're taking a crap, you have to turn the air off.
Don't you want to circulate the scent of your deuce?
Maybe that's the thing. You don't want to circulate it.
Yeah, you never found in the gift scent of deuce.
No.
That'd be a great spray.
Now, I think he means don't use the toilet. And as far as the AC unit, it should be okay.
Well, then they go, as far as the AC unit, it should be okay because it's cooling down outside.
That'll
What,
fix
it fall
it.
out the door?
That fixes every air conditioner.
I don't stay here, but I do know someone that does and have personally heard the response from the office manager in regards to the issues. If I don't hear from the owner ASAP, I will personally step up and take action.
What's he going to kill him?
He's not even a guest. This is what's crazy about it. I have not stayed here personally. I have heard from others that have.
This is not Kim.
That's what he's saying.
This is Karen. This is a woman, Karen.
She's going to step up and take action.
She's reading bad reviews like we do, getting mad,
and then she wrote a review of a bad review.
I bet if you click on her on Google, it's bad reviews across the whole country, and none of them she's ever stayed at. She's read other people's bad reviews so many times that she's just pissed off.
She's the review queen, isn't she?
She's Miss Pissed Off Review Queen, yeah. She is Karen.
She sucks.
Is that it?
Literally and figuratively.
All right.
That's it.
We are going to Phoenix. The race is at 3:30. It's going to be on Fox and MRN Radio. It's a 1 mile oval track. We do have a new package here this weekend, like we've stated multiple times for the last season and a couple episodes this season. The package sucked on short tracks last year, so hopefully this fixes that. Out of the last 6 races, Joey Logano has the best average finish with 4.3 and 2 wins.
Well, he won the last one.
Yeah. Kevin Harvick has an average finish of 5.7. Denny Hamlin has an average finish of 8.5. Kyle Busch, average finish 10. Ryan Blaney's average finish here is 10.5. Kyle Larson has an average finish of 11. I got to point out Kyle Larson only had 5 out of the last 6. He did miss one of those. So his 11 comes out of 5. William Byron has an average finish of 11.3. And Martin Truex has an average finish of 15.8. But he does have a win here. The last race here, Joey Logano won it. Ryan Blaney finished second. Ross Chastain third. Briscoe fourth. And Kevin Harvick fifth. Joey Logano in the March race here finished 8th. Ryan Blaney in the March race here finished 4th. Ross Chastain finished 2nd. Chase Briscoe actually won the March race, and Kevin Harvick finished 6th. So the top 5 from the last race here ran pretty darn good the race before that here as well. So our fantasy picks, let's get to that. Last week I had Elliott, Eric Jones, and Tyler Reddick.
How'd Elliott do for you?
I used Josh Berry. I think that was, I guess
The
that
non-snowboarder
that was the only thing I knew to do.
from Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Yeah, so I took 29 points from him, 19 from Jones, and 15 from Reddick for a total of 63 points. Remember, the way we do it, the lower the score, the better. Jamie had Kyle Busch, Truex, and Larson. Busch came with 14 points, Truex 7, and Larson 2 for a total of 23 points. So you won it last week, and I lost.
Did I catch up to you?
You overtook. So you are now at a total score of 155, and I'm at a total of 157.
Ooh, that's tight.
So I lost last week. Means I picked first. So my first pick has to come from the top 10. I'm going to go with Kevin Harvick. I don't think that's a bad pick at all. Like I said, the last 2 races here, he's finished 5th and 6th. So, and he's got like 9 wins here. Out of the 11th through 20th pack, I'm going to go with Ross Chastain. And from the 21st to 36th, I'll go with Joey Logano. I don't know if there's another Joey, but
Kind of a good pick.
well, out of that group, I think he's the best. I don't think Fords have shown up this year, but I think Kevin and Joey are going to pull it off. I need a good weekend to catch back up.
I think Kyle Larson is going to win. He's right there. Been there close. That's my pick out of the top 10. I just feel that I'm being led by something. I'm not going to say it's the Lord or Spirit or whatever. But Denny Hamlin finished 11th in Vegas, and he drives car 11.
Yeah.
So that's my top 20 pick. And let's see. Boy, that bottom feeder's there. Kind of rough.
Yeah, that's why I lucked out.
Ooh, you picked the.
Remember the last race here. You got a guy down there.
All right. I'm going with Noah Gregson. He really screwed me last time.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see you go back with him so quick. All right, lock it in. That's all I got this week.
That's it?
That's it.
Nothing more?
Nothing more. I think we've covered fantasy. We've covered racing. We've covered...
Boy, we've covered more.
Politics.
We covered Indy.
We
hardly ever do other
we
series.
legit covered Indy because we even had names. Scott McLaughlin.
Yeah.
We might not be able to pronounce their names. Dude, they all have hard names.
Gordon Gene.
Grosjean. Who was the other one I had wrote down their name?
Scott Dixon's an easy one.
Yeah, I like Dixon, but he wasn't one of the guys. O Ward, that wasn't a hard one. Colton Herta.
I didn't know this.
Kirkwood. Helio was in the first wreck.
Oh, yeah, I saw Helio. He was spinning.
I hated that.
He limped going up to talk to his teammate to see if he was still dead.
Yeah. Simon Pagino was in that first wreck. I mean, yeah, for me, it's going to be learning these names.
So
We've chased a lot of squirrels this episode.
Not a lot of watching Indy, but my favorite Indy driver,
Helio.
With the exception of Helio.
He's a legend.
I like the great American driver, Scott Dixon. Do you know what I found out watching the race?
What?
He's like Australian or New
He's
Zealand.
not American.
Yeah.
I like.
I thought he was American.
I like Newgarden.
He's American.
He did the podcast.
He's from Nashville, isn't he?
Yeah, he did the Dell Jr. podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy's pretty cool. He's
cool.
pretty neat. So I like him. So I'll pull for Newgarden. Actually, I'm not going to pull for anybody. I'm going to watch it and just enjoy it. That makes it a lot better.
I don't know who to pull for anymore.
Helio Castroneves.
I made him American.
He is American now.
I have that right as an American.
He's an honorary American. In my mind, he identifies as my mind identifies him as an American in my mind.
Well, that means it's true.
It's my truth.
I don't see him as an alien.
I don't either. All right, that's all I got. Thanks to everyone who listens, watches. Make sure you check out our new show, The Conspiracy Juice Box, over on the Race Car Backwards Media YouTube page.
Juice bar, but I like Juice Box.
I knew I was going to screw that up eventually. The Juice Bar, not the Juice Box. While you're over there at our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, check out our other videos. Follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Check us out on Spotify and rate us. My Spotify account has been fixed, so I can go back to using Spotify again. Make sure you subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. If you got any questions, you can DM us on Twitter or you can email us. We're racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com, and we'll make sure we read your questions and answer them on the show. Make sure you check out our merch store. It's racecarbackwards.com or racecarbackwards.threadless.com.
Ooh, man. Do you need a drink of water after all that?
I need a nap.
Holy cow. You need a drink.
You just listened to Race Car spelled backwards. For that, we thank you.